हाँ, आज का हमारा टॉपिक है ऑक्यूपेशनल स्ट्रक्चर इन इंडियन इकोनॉमी ऑन द eve of independence. When India got independence in 1947, what was the distribution of working population in different sectors? So occupational structure means distribution of working population of a country in different sectors, like how much people are working in the primary sector, in the secondary sector, and in the tertiary sector or service sector. We have data available for 1951. 51 का डाटा हमें अवेलेबल है, तो 51 तक खाली 2-3-4 साल हो गए थे आजादी को. So this data is probably equivalent to the data of 1947. 2-3 साल का कोई फर्क नहीं होता है उतना ज्यादा. तो what was the distribution of population in different sectors? What was the distribution of working population in different sectors? How much people were working in agriculture sector? How much were working in the industries or industrial sector and in the service sector? The data available is that in agriculture sector in 1951, that is at the time of independence or after 2 years or 3 years after independence, the data is available. It is equivalent to the data of independent times. Agriculture sector, in agriculture sector and allied activities which are related with agriculture, 72.7% of people were engaged or working in the agriculture sector. That means a huge chunk of population of India was working in agriculture. The secondary sector or in the industries, only 10.1% of people were working in the industry. And in the tertiary sector or in the service sector, we had only 17.2% of people. So this is the data which shows that how much people were working in agriculture, how much were working in industries, and how much were working in the service sector. So these figures shows that large population was almost 70, more than 70% population was working in agriculture. So it shows how much our economy was industrially backward. So what was stagnation and backwardness of the Indian economy. Now we will look upon sector by sector. ये लिख लिया आपने? ये लिख लिया? हेलो?
यस सर, लिखा.
एग्रीकल्चर, इसी के साथ नंबर फर्स्ट एग्रीकल्चर, the principal source of occupation. So when we look upon these figures, it shows that agriculture was the principal source of occupation, main source of occupation, main livelihood of the people was from agriculture. So at the time of independence, on the eve of independence, we can say about 72.7% of the working population was engaged in agriculture. 72.7%. So percentage of population depending on agriculture is much less in advanced countries. in developed countries or in advanced countries, in developed countries, the percentage of population in agriculture is very low. So when we look upon the advanced countries like USA, like England, like Japan, like Germany, so percentage of population or population working in the agriculture is very low. It is very low. So here in India, it was very high. For example, we have some figures. For example, in England and America and USA, only 2% population is engaged in agriculture. इंग्लैंड और अमेरिका में खाली 2% है. In Japan, it is only 12%. Okay. In Germany, it is only 4%. 4% population. 4% population depend upon agriculture. So we can say this high percentage of population dependence upon agriculture shows backwardness of agriculture in this Indian economy. So this high percentage of people depend upon agriculture shows backwardness of Indian economy. So this was the situation of population in agriculture. Number second, when we look upon the industries, the very low source, very less source of occupation. Number second, we can say industry, very low source of or bleak source of occupation. It means it was source of occupation for very small population. So on the eve of independence, only 9%, you can say, of working population was engaged in industries, in contrast to India. So in contrast to India, it is 32% in USA. Against it, in USA, we have 32% working population engaged in industries. USA में 32% है. 42% in England, very high. 42% in England. So it is 39% in Japan. 39% in Japan. You can see what was the situation of industries in India. So it shows that Indian industries or very industrial sector in India was very backward. Industrial sector in India was very much backward. Why it was backward? वो हमने discuss already किया है. The situation of industries in India, industrial sector in India at the time of independence, there were so many factors. For example, tariff policy, so import export structure. The English people were developing industries in England, but they were taking only raw material from India, from Indian agriculture. So this is second sector. In third sector, that is service sector, वहां भी वही हाल है, बुरा हाल. So this all shows, these figures shows unbalanced growth. So occupational structure in India, it shows unbalanced growth. There was unbalanced growth. So you write down unbalanced growth. Unbalanced growth. So in the occupational structure, in overall, the occupational structure in India shows that there was unbalanced growth. Unbalanced growth in Indian economy. In Indian economy, why it was unbalanced growth? More people were engaged in agriculture and very less were engaged in this service and industrial sector. Growth is said to be balanced when all sectors of the economy are equally developed. So growth is said to be balanced when all sectors are equally developed and equally contributing contributing to the GDP of the country. So we see in case of India, secondary and tertiary sectors were in the infant stage of growth, and only agriculture was highest source of employment. So this is all about the occupational. What was the occupational structure in India at the time of independence? Okay.
Yes, sir.
इस तरह ये ऑक्यूपेशनल स्ट्रक्चर हो गया. अब हम थोड़ा देखेंगे फॉरेन ट्रेड अंडर ब्रिटिश रूल. फॉरेन ट्रेड पे क्या हालात थे उस वक्त. मैं थोड़ा ये 1 मिनट के लिए कट करूंगा और फिर ये ज्वाइन करना.